The train from Prague to Vienna was almost empty that rainy afternoon. The rhythmic sound of raindrops on the windows, the low hum of the engine, and the smell of freshly brewed coffee from the cafe car made the entire carriage feel like a moving dream. Sophia, a 28-year-old photographer traveling alone, placed her backpack next to her and settled into seat 14A by the window. She was escaping, though she didn't fully understand what she was running from. A failed engagement, perhaps, or just the heaviness of silence at home. She reached into her coat pocket for her journal and something stopped her. A folded piece of paper, aged and slightly yellowed, stuck underneath the seat in front of her. She hesitated, then picked it up. In delicate handwriting, it read, "If you're reading this, I've missed you again. But maybe fate hasn't. I'll be sitting in the cafe car. I leave this note every Thursday. If it's you, I'll know." Sophia blinked. Was this meant for someone else? A prank? Her logical brain told her to ignore it, but her heart, the part that hadn't felt alive in months, whispered something else. She stood up and walked slowly to the cafe car. A man sat alone near the window, sipping tea and reading a small poetry book. He looked around 30, with dark curly hair, a long beige coat, and a slight air of melancholy, as if he too was waiting for something. Sophia stood at the edge of the car, unsure. Then she approached. "Excuse me," she said softly. "Did you leave this?" And handed him the note. He stared at it and something shifted in his expression. Not surprise, not confusion. Something quieter, like relief. "I did," he said, 3 years ago. Now she was the one surprised. "You've been leaving the same note for 3 years?" He nodded. "My name is Adrian. I met someone on this train in 2021. We talked for 6 hours straight, laughed, cried, shared things I've never told anyone. But she had to leave early. We never exchanged contacts. It was stupid. I thought it was just a passing moment, until I realized I was waiting for it to happen again." Sophia sat down across from him. "And every Thursday since then?" "I ride this train and leave the note," he said with a half smile. "Just in case." Sophia laughed, but not mockingly. She admired the strange, romantic pain of it all. "I'm not her," she said, "but I found the note." Adrian tilted his head, and that means something. The rest of the ride was effortless. They spoke like old friends who had just forgotten they knew each other. The rain never stopped, and neither did the warmth between them. When the train neared Vienna, Sophia felt a weight she hadn't expected. She didn't want this to end. Adrian stood up as the station came into view. "Can I see you again?" he asked. Sophia hesitated. What if this is just a beautiful coincidence, a passing story? He smiled. "Then it's the best one I've had in years, and I'd still want to write the next page." She gave him her number. For the first time in months, she felt like something real had begun. Sophia waited. 1 day, 2, a week. No message, no call. Nothing. She felt a strange betrayal. Not because of a lost love, but because of a story that was left unfinished. Determined, she booked the same train, the same seat. 14A. Nothing was there. No note. No Adrian. She asked the cafe car staff about him. No one had seen anyone by that name in the past week. One of the waiters looked at her and said, "That name, Adrian?" There was a man who used to come here every Thursday. Sat by the window. Left something under a seat. But he hasn't come in over a year. Sophia's heart skipped. A year? Yes, he passed away. Leukemia. Quiet man. Sad eyes. Sophia sat back in her seat, numb. It didn't make sense. She had spoken to him, laughed with him, touched his hand. But maybe, just maybe, fate had not missed her. Maybe Adrian hadn't come for her. Maybe she had come for him, one last time. As the train moved forward into the gray mist, Sophia pulled out her journal. And this time, she left a note of her own under seat 14A. I wasn't the one you were waiting for, but you were the one I needed to meet. Thank you, Adrian. And with that, the train continued, carrying her gently into a new beginning.